My name is Aaron Carter, but most people know me as AC. I'm sitting on top of the silos where my life changed forever. This is where I conducted my interview to become a new Babylonian. I hope by watching this documentary, you get to learn about the true spirit of Babylon. I also want to give a shout out to all the founding Babylonians that are no longer here. While there's too many to name and I don't want to leave anyone out, they're a huge reason why we are where we are today. But with all that said, welcome to the history of New Babylon. Like all stories, we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to start from the desert excursion that happened before the founding of New Babylon.
Alfonso Sebastian, Guild Master of the Merchant Guild in New Babylon. It was roughly after surviving the harsh desert when the sandstorm came in and we got lost. We got lost in dunes of sand and eventually we found our way back to Los Santos. That's when I was part of No Cypress. I came to the warehouse and I saw everybody. I spoke with Lang, who's now is the Marduk. And I was kind of floating the idea of, hey, I'm just gonna just, live off-grid, live off the land, be alone, hunt, things like that. And he said, you know what? I have also something similar, but even better, that we all could be part of. Are you interested? And I pondered and I thought, could this actually be something? Or could it be nothing? Afterwards, he pitched this idea that I thought to myself, damn, if this could come to fruition, if this can actually come off the ground and have some sort of strong foundation, it could forever change our island, our state, and have an imprint and be part of history. And this is something that I've been looking for a long time. Because most of my life I've been a loser. I've started many businesses back in the past and they just never were successful. They started off good, but they always fell flat. And obviously there's nobody to blame but myself. And I thought to myself, well, this could be a new opportunity and chance, a new slate, which you don't get pretty often here in Los Santos. A lot of times your past, your reputation define you so much that no matter what you do, people always put that label on you. You just never escape it. It's like a fucking smell that just reeks.
I am Giovanna Gambino. They call me Gigi. Well, a bunch of our people went out to the desert. It was just a trip. And we didn't hear from them for a short bit. So, a day passes, I don't hear from them. I immediately went out there and I ended up joining up with them. And we were just out there. We were just having a good time, thinking about the world, trying to disconnect from standard society, and really, really get in touch with nature. That was really it. We just spent a lot of time getting in touch with ourselves and the world.
El Queenie, but everybody pretty much calls me Queenie. I believe there was a bunch of people that got lost in the desert for some time, myself included. Actually, I was in the deep desert for quite some time. And then we found our way back to Los Santos, and here we are now. There was an idea, a concept of starting fresh, growing things with your own two hands, building everything that you see around us right now from the ground up ourselves. Something that nobody can take away from us because they didn't work for it.
Luciano DiCenzo. And people call me Lucia around here, head of the militia. Some people call me Small Luce. Some people call me Lucy D. Got a lot of different names around here depending on who you talk to. I first heard about it, I suppose I spoke to Lang about this, and we We thought about leaving our old life behind and moving over to trailer park full of fucking crackheads and shit. I said, yeah, that's a great fucking idea. Why not?
My name is Sofia Torres. I heard about New Babylon from the Marduk Lang Buddha. He had just come back from his sabbatical in the desert, where he was met and gifted upon by Shai Halud. He was a little delirious at first, but the gist of his new ideas, he was tired of the old. He wanted to give up everything in Los Santos and start new. Build something. Build a legacy. Build maybe even what the old ancient New Babylon created, a tower. But we had to start fresh, new. We had to learn how to build these things. We had to learn how to catch fish, really survive on our own, not just go to the store and buy it.
My name is Charlie Jones, or CJ, and I currently am a librarian / historian / Marduk. I actually did not go to the desert. I was back here in Los Santos. Well, pretty much my family and friends were lost in the desert. I think whatever happened to them out there, we haven't spoken too much on it. I believe it was very hard on them. I believe they went through a lot. You should have seen my cousin when he came back. I didn't even recognize him at first. But I tried to do my best to hold it down back here. That very clearly was not my best.
Next, I'm going to give a quick visual tour of New Babylon as our regent, Eliza, give us a quick history lesson.
The history of New Babylon. The beginning, Week 1. Far in the north, on the edge of forest, mountain, and sea, rose New Babylon with a singular goal: self-sufficiency. Founded by Lang Buddha and Alfonso Sebastian, the community began with just a dozen members: Edgar del Castillo, Sofia Torres, Sebas Rudeo, Skipper Jones, Benicio Delgado, Clark Mason, Hassan Bashari, El Queenie, Zeke Kasem, Polly Ferrari, and Charlie Jones. The earliest days were defined by survival. Having left all possessions behind and bringing forth nothing but the clothes on their backs, the members of New Babylon sought out basic necessities of life: food, water, and fire. These new settlers wasted no time in their pursuit of independence. Before the first nightfall, a fire was built, trees chopped, animals hunted, and water purified. While many community members knew one another, those that shared unfamiliar faces bonded as they worked towards a shared goal.
Speaking of new faces, let's hear about how old Cypress and Three Paws got along early.
The name is Skipper Jones. It was very fluid. This place we're currently standing in is Chrome. I was one of the founding fathers. There was a man, Benny, who we both had the vision for Chrome. We worked hand in hand. We all acclimated very well, and we saw the vision of Babylon together. And we thought, well, I guess we were deceived, that their vision was the same as ours.
Well, I think that one of the core principles of Babylon and being a Babylonian is leaving everything in the past, right? So that was very much reinforced in our minds when we first began our journey here. So I don't think there was too much of a problem with carrying the weight of our past gangs or groups or situations when that quote-unquote merge happened.
Well, it was rough at start. To be honest, I never really trusted Edgar. He was a snake from the beginning. I could smell it from underneath him. I was surprised that he was bought into this idea until he did what he did. That rat fuck.
From my perspective, it went really well. I'm able to get along with a lot of people. I already knew some of the people from Tripas, so I didn't really have a hard time blending with them. I had a good time with them, would do jobs with them. That was all great. I do think some people were wary because they were a little worried, you know, when you come from a group, how are you not just loyal to that same group, right? How do you let your loyalties kind of spread out or change over time? It can be difficult. So there was a lot of skepticism, but everyone tried. Plain and simple. Everyone put the time and effort in. Everyone tried. And I think we ended up in a really good spot where people were able to build their own trust and relationships with people. And it was a matter of time, I felt, more than anything else. And what we had was a group of people willing to try, which is why I think it did work out. It did work out pretty well.
Well, that's all I have for this episode, but we got so much more to cover. Like, what is the Codex? Why did Tripas leave? What are our rules and laws? Faceless attacks? But on our next episode, we're going to focus on one Babylonian in particular. And that Babylonian is Skipper Jones.